trust nobody, not even her.
Alright everybody, I'm making a tutorial on how to make music again because some people are still having problems with it. People are still having problems with oh my god with it, and you know, since I'm older, I can teach more, because when I was younger I barely said any, I mean, I made like a 12-14 minute video, but I mean, so basically what you need: music sequencer, this thing right here. I put it in a category so I can see it up there with all my favorite music from the game, and my favorite instruments I put up here, but some of them I barely use, so I might switch them back all the way down here. Alright, so what you pretty much need to do is just get an instrument, right? So let's see. Alright, some people don't know how to make the square bigger, right? Alright, so wait a minute, let me see this real quick. The right stick on your controller, the right stick, look down at your controller, the right stick, get that, right? Like your left stick, move your left stick down here, then you click it on it with X, and then the right stick, move it up. Move the right stick up and this will happen, and move it back down to make it smaller. So what I do usually is I always put it to this one, or if I want that one instrument to be long, I make it all the way up to here and try to leave it on the lines. And if you leave it at the default speed, the default tempo is just the speed, the beats per minute of the song. Alright, so if you want the tempo to stay here at 125, then leave it. But I suggest playing around with all different types of tempos. I love to use 30, 85, 84, 90, 115, 120, 125, and I sometimes use 160, but I don't usually make fast songs. Alright, so let's try 84. So, alright, come down here, the reverb setting, and turn this off from Hall to Cathedral if you want it to echo. And go inside your instrument by hitting square, and hit square again. If you hit square again, this comes up, this whole thing right here. So when you do that, go all the way up to reverb send, then put that to 100 so it can echo. Hear it? So it can echo. Echo adjust is if you want it to actually echo, so it'll be like this. So hear that echo? Nah, so I don't use that, so turn that off. So I leave it at 100 reverb send. Now, what you pretty much have to do is just think of something at the top of your head. Like, you just gotta think of a song, a happy, sad, just think of a song, or like a few chords. So how you make a chord is, so just put one note somewhere, right? And you hear how this sounds? You're gonna try and keep it to sound exactly like, not exactly the way, in the family of that note, if that makes any sense. So I'll go down 3 times, because three spaces from this key right here, this note right here, three below it is where the next note is placed for your chord. See, look, listen to this, and I'll go down to 3. That doesn't sound right, so I'll go down 1 more, so it fits in the sound of this instead of this, because this wouldn't sound right. See, look, listen. And when you go down 1, get it, and go 1 more. 1, 2, 3, right here. and then you just keep going on with that. If you want strings, and I always for my string songs I always put the tempo to 75 because it's so slow. And I always if I have the strings, I always, alright, so here comes your right stick again, right? So you're gonna pause it by hitting the up button, the up on the D-pad. Hit this button up here on your controller to pause it, and hit it again to unpause it. Alright, so when you do that, right, you pause it, and then you click all of this. No, well, you don't click, you go over it by dragging. So you would hold X, so you would go over top every note that you want to be in your stretch. So you just hold X and then start dragging it and go over your notes that you want to be moved or touched or tweaked. So what you want to do with the right stick is move it to the right. See how it's changing a different color? It's white now. Last time it was gray. See, it's changing back. That's gray. This is white. By moving the right stick to the right, and by moving it back, just go to the left. But for my strings, I always make it go to the right, because the way it sounds, it's a little delay sound before it's like, it doesn't start right away, as you can see. You just gotta create a melody in your head. Whatever is in your head, you put it down into the game. You don't let the game control you. You let your brain control the game. Bars. Alright. So now that you got this whole bass, well, yeah, consider the bass. Now that you got this whole bass, you're going to want to keep on building off of that. So, higher notes. You just gotta stay in the note range. You just keep building off from that original bass. When you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty easy. And what you want to do to make it more echoey, or to put more echo in the music, go to your global stuff, go all the way down to padded cell, click that, go down to hanger, click hanger, then go all the way down to music reverb send and put that to whatever you want. I suggest putting it around 50 or 60 or 40. These three numbers: 40, 50, 60. Or if you don't want that much echo, just put it down to at least 20 for the minimum. Whoever played Creepypasta War, you're going to love this. That's the piano. Once again, I suggest not changing the piano notes to changing it to the right, just leave it how it is. Alright, so now we're gonna get the pulse wave synth. This is what I love to do with it. And the notes that you have, it has to sound like the bass has to sound like along the lines of that melody. So what you can do is you can do one side, you can make one side to the right. So this is what it's gonna sound like. And it's gonna keep doing that. There you go. It's easy as that. You can keep on doing it. Put it lower so it sounds more intense. This is the first part. And then this is where the strings would come in. And when you change the strings over to the right with the right stick, this is what it sounds like. This is the note. And then we'll start right there. So put both up here if you're trying to make this song. And then you keep at it. Roger, what are you doing? I'm going to show you a few examples of songs that I just made. I made this song yesterday. Literally yesterday. I'm going to be making a video on this. And I used all harp, as you can see. Harp, I love the harp. Harp is one of the best on this game. And it's just an overall good instrument. Did this one too. Alone 2 is coming out. That song that was always repeating. Yeah, I'm starting to change from repeating. So this isn't just about repeating, it's different sections that have different notes. Here, this just has the same thing. Literally, it's just I'm adding on to it and to it and to it. There's no problem with repeating, but it kind of gets old. So you can start doing different notes in different sections, and then you can go straight back to that original sound that you had. That's all I'm going to show you from that song. Now for Alone 2. That's it for that song too. You guys will see it. I'm sorry for keeping it away from you, but you know, I'll upload it. And I also made this a few days ago too, when I saw the day I saw Endgame. Endgame is amazing, by the way, in my opinion. Some people don't think it's good. That's fine. That's their opinion. Alright, so that's pretty much the basics, but I'll show more basic, like there's a lot more basics that I have to go through. So I'll make a part 2 over on that. And so I hope this helped.